Well, let's get into the dailies for today.
Right, so I have the daily graphic. So on the daily graphic, we have AU at 60. Silence the guns. Armed conflict threat to AFCTA. Prof. Entry Danso warns. Ahead of vetting tomorrow, has company law sculpted Justice Gertrude Tokonu for Ghana? Chief Justice Enini Yeboah retires. Mental cases increase, data reveals. And that's what we have for the daily graphic.
Well, the Ghanaian Times has these headlines. It says BOG, Bank of Ghana, launches cyber threat attack center for banking sector. That's an important intervention there. We also have GSA identifies 6,000 fake electrical products on sale. 6,000 fake electrical. See, this is subjecting the Ghanaian populace to danger. This is a thing. So anyway, thankfully, the Ghana Standards Authority is on top of its game. The Supreme Court affirms judgment denying license to cultivate cannabis, but AG seeks review. Okay. We have 49 foreigners arrested for human trafficking, cybercrime activities in Accra, 70 laptop computers. They are laptops, laptop computers. What is a laptop computer? It's a laptop. 2 cars, 51 mobile phones, and others retrieved. All right, court issues arrest warrant for 2 alleged fraudsters. Those are the headlines on the front page of the Ghanaian Times.
Right, and on the Chronicle, we have the multi-million-dollar Petro SA deal. Freddie Blade dreads dismissal, but insists he won't resign. JUSAG declares indefinite strike over COLA, that's C-O-L-A. Bahumia Lords BOG cybersecurity at Letnes. Estate agents accord suspected killer of GPHA boss in court. And the proverb of the day is from Proverbs, the quote of the day actually is from Proverbs 12 verse 1. Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but he who hates reproof is stupid.
All right. The Daily Guide has these headlines. It says, Veep opens BOG Cybersecurity Center. And MPP gurus storm Ascent North for another by-election. Will be disciplined with IMF deal, the president speaking. No weed licensing, Supreme Court insists. Boga MP back in court for criminal trial. They're really not letting this thing go, are they?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. That's it for the Daily Guide.
So on the new Crusading Guide, we have tow your cars now before you lose them. Ablekuma Central Assembly to vehicle owners. JUSAG embarks on strike. Bahumia commissions BOG's cybersecurity infrastructure to protect the financial sector. Arrests Akwamu Omahini Amonforo family petitions IGP. Ghana records 6,700 deaths annually from tobacco-related sickness. And that's what we have here for the new Crusading Guide.
All right. The Business Finder has these headlines. It says, BOG moves against cyber threats as Veep commissions robust infrastructure. Green Ghana, Ministry courts Oman Hine's support, and IMF directs BOG to scrap supply of cheap dollars to BDCs. Those are the headlines on the front page of the Business Finder.
Right, so my last paper here is the Anchor. And on the Anchor, we have what of intruders from forest reserves? Land Minister tells FC. Director reports to work heavily drunk. Videos emerge as supervision at non-formal education division breaks down. NPP floors NDC again after tabletop results collation at Kumewu. Miracle Doka leads Ghana's delegation to attend Kimberley process meetings. Re-engineering of Pon landfill site 90% complete. And that's what we have for the Anchor.
All right, the Daybreak, and that's my final paper here. It says UNIFSA condemns looting of Gambat luggage. Okay, there's a story there. UNIFSA condemns looting of Gambat luggage. Re-engineering of landfill site 90% complete. And VIP commissions BOG's cyber infrastructure and judicial staff on strike over salaries. Judicial staff on strike over salaries. Those are the headlines on the front page of the Daybreak. And let's bring some Citi Newsroom stories.
So on citinewsroom.com, we have, "We'll fight galamseyas with bulletproof vest and weapons," says Abu Jinapur. "No problem with Chinese involvement in Ghana's economy," says the president. Free SHS. National food suppliers threaten to picket over 18-month unpaid arrears. Stay off court during ongoing strike, JUSAG urges. And we have here, Justice Enim Yeboah officially retires. Justice Doche takes over. And we have more of that on the citinewsroom.com, on citinewsroom.com. So all you have to do is go check it out.
Yeah. You know the story here says we'll fight galamseyas with bulletproof vests and weapons.
Yeah.
I've always said this thing that we are very big on the talk. We will do.
But we never do.
No, we do. Sometimes we do. But I also think that some of the things, keep it under wraps. And
just do it.
Yeah, and then tell us after the fact what you did.
True.
Once you've done and you've won, the fight, then you come and tell us, oh, this is how we executed it.
No,
this is how we delivered it. But
don't you think it's maybe a subtle warning to, galamseyas?
But they've been there. The soldiers have been there. The soldiers have been weaponized and they've been there in the field. And I don't think any soldier went there without bulletproof in the first place.
Yeah,
do you understand?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm asking myself, you're a soldier with a gun and you're going to fight people who also are weaponized.
Yeah,
are you going to go without bulletproof? So I don't, fully, well, you know what? Why don't we just do this? Why don't we just read the story? Let's just delve into it a little bit and see what it is that the lands minister is actually saying.
Yeah.
Here, right? You always find out a little bit more when you get into the real story. So, the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Samuel Abu-Jinapur, has announced that the government will provide the necessary equipment to staff of the Forestry Commission to combat illegal mining in forest reserves. Now, Mr. Jinapur stated that a bulletproof vest and weapons will be provided to fight illegal miners, commonly known as galamseyas, who have been causing destruction to water bodies. Now, while speaking at the commissioning of an office complex for the Forestry Commission in the Eastern region, Abu-Jinapur emphasized the need to protect the Etiwa forest and other forests, as well as combat activities that threaten the survival of forest reserves at Etiwa. Now, Etiwa forest and various forests in the Eastern region are under attack from illegal miners and galamseyas. Please rid these forest reserves of illegal miners and illegal loggers and other activities which threaten the survival of our forest reserves in our country. You, Forest Commission, have our full support, whether they are high people or low people, whether they are political leaders or not. Your work is to make sure that all forest reserves in this country are protected. The government will provide bulletproof vests and other weapons to aid your work. Lands and the Natural Resources Minister Samuel Abu-Jinapur assured. In recent times, the illegal miners have been arrested for engaging in unlawful mining activities in various forest reserves within the country. So the clarification on this is that this is not the interministerial committee against illegal mining. This is directly to the Forest Commission, the Forestry Commission, because yes, it is true. Traditionally, the Forestry Commission people are not weaponized. They are not armed. They don't have bulletproof, and so their work sometimes is precarious.
True.
When you go and you meet people who have heavy guns in the forest, what will you do? You will run. Yeah, that's what you have. That's the wise thing to do, is to run. But now we're preparing them to be able to engage, which is appropriate at this point. So, yeah, because I think that the fight has to be won from different angles. So you have
angles, yeah.
you have the task force against Galamsey. They are a special operation group, right? They are weaponized heavily, and they go and do their work. But you have the people whose job it is to protect the forest.
Right.
You know, and not all Galamsey takes place in forest. You know, but now they are also weighing into the forest areas, and the Forestry Commission people can also help.
Right.
You know.
For me, I'm just concerned if these people will actually know how to use these weapons. Because
But that's part of the plan.
Yes,
is to give them weapons, train them.
Yes,
to
exactly.
Use.
It's important to actually train them. Yeah.
No, I don't think anybody's going to put an AK-47 in somebody's hand and not teach them. I mean, I think it doesn't say they're going to receive training, but we assume that they'll be trained. You know, properly trained. Hopefully. Yeah, properly trained. You know, when you go to fight, and then because you don't know how to handle the weapon properly, the weapon freezes in the middle of action. The guy has pointed his gun, you've pointed yours. When you fired your trigger, the thing has frozen. The thing is still firing. Can you imagine the trouble that would bring? Anyway, well, it's time for some sports review. Don't go anywhere. All right, it's time for some updates on the sporting front. We have Premier League on Citi stories. We have Euro 2024 qualifiers, and then some boxing stories as well. Right, so Premier League on Citi. Now, Brighton and Manchester City played out an exciting 1-1 draw at the Amex Stadium on Wednesday night in a rearranged league match. Now, the league champions took the lead through a Phil Foden goal in the 25th minute, but Julio Enciso responded with a long-range effort in the 38th minute. Both teams went for the winner, but that did not happen. They had to settle for a point each. And for Brighton, the draw ensures that they will play in the UEFA Europa League next season. Now, we go to Euro. Now, in the Euro 2024 qualifiers, England manager Gareth Southgate has excluded Chelsea forward Raheem Sterling from the 25-man team put together for the Euro 2024 qualifiers against Malta and North Macedonia. Southgate says the decision was by mutual agreement because of Sterling's form this season. With Sterling missing out, players like Eberechi Eze of Crystal Palace and Lewis Dunk of Brighton were called up. Eberechi Eze, you should be playing for Nigeria. Some boxing stories here. Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. have agreed to a deal to fight for the undisputed welterweight championship on July 29th at Las Vegas T-Mobile Arena. Now, PBC's Al Haymon, who advises Spence, and CAA's Ish Hinson, who advises Crawford, negotiated and now will deliver the most anticipated boxing match since the mega fight between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao in 2015. The deal concludes years of Crawford and Spence circling one another as the world's two best welterweights without actually stepping in the ring. And so that's some boxing news there for the next upcoming weeks. And that's it for Sports Review this morning.